Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geography and Environmental Studies session. We thank you for joining us virtually. We know this is not what we wanted to do, but this is how we're doing open house. And we just want to thank you and we welcome you to this virtual environment. So I'm Sharon Laylor. I'm from Recruitment and Admissions. And so I'm here with our geography folks, and I'm gonna pass it over to Chris, and they are going to introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Homa Khairulapur. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies at Wilfrid Laurier University in the Faculty of Arts. I'm Canada researcher in remote sensing of environmental changes. You might wonder, what does that mean? So it's about monitoring Earth's system and changes of Earth, for example, temperature, ice cover, sea level rise, for example, using satellites or high-flying aircraft or drones. So it's a very important methodology to monitor Earth and changes and provide data to scientific community. So for them to understand the Earth changing and also the future and projection of our Earth.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Christopher Lemieux, and I'm a faculty member in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies. I teach courses on what I consider to be the two most pressing issues in society today, and those focus on climate change and biodiversity conservation. And within our program more broadly, we have quite a bit of diversity in terms of the courses that we offer. We offer a Bachelor of Arts in Geography, we offer degrees in Environmental Studies, and we offer degrees in Bachelor of Science in Geography as well. And that's probably about it in terms of an introduction to our department. And I'll transition into talking to you about some of the best things about our program. And I've kind of already hinted on that. So I think the best part of our program is the diversity of the courses that we offer to our students. Okay, if you're coming into Laurier at a first year level, you'll have quite a broad selection of courses to take. You can take an introduction to environmental studies type course, an introduction to human geography, and an introduction to physical geography. And so even though you might not know what you want to take or kind of specialize in or major in throughout your studies here at Laurier, it's this diversity and broad set of courses that we offer that will kind of provide you with a broad education and allow you, the freedom, or provides you the freedom to explore some of your interests, okay? And the goal here is that in second and third and fourth year that you can kind of take what you've enjoyed most about your courses at the first year level and start taking some courses that really are of interest to you as you kind of move up into the senior levels in second, third, and fourth year. And at those levels, there's lots of opportunity to explore physical science related courses, environmental studies related courses related to climate change, to protected areas, wildlife management, and sustainability more broadly, and a lot of diversity of human geography courses as well that focus on migration, on urban planning, and population geography, and things like that. So if you're thinking about coming to Laurier, I really think it's the broad education that you will get here, especially at the first level, and then the freedom to explore your interests as you move up into second, third, and fourth year. And in addition to our degrees, we have lots of options that are available to students, such as our sustainability option, which is really attractive to many students, and again gives you some of the freedom to explore sustainability issues that you're interested in, and works to your advantage because these options also go on to your degree, and you can put it on your CV, and you make yourself more marketable after you graduate from Laurier and you enter the job market.
Why is it important to study geography and environmental studies? I think it's very important to study geography and environmental studies for you guys, because it will help us to understand the basic physical system that affect our everyday life. It will helps us to understand geography of the past time, science of climate change. So we can learn about the relationship, for example, between physical environment, society, and will help us to manage and be a better decision makers. Decision-making for the planet resources that we want to use. I think geography and environmental studies can help us to be more conscious-minded and about the environment around us and makes us to understand and make our planet more livable one for sure.
Okay, so what experiential learning opportunities are available in your program?
Experiential learning for sure for students is to get them understanding of this. It's application of theory and academic content in a real world experiences. We do have this experiential learning, so in different opportunities built in all of our programs, labs and field experiences. And we have it in both in elective and mandatory classes. We have, for example, third year field studies, fourth year field trip, and these courses will focus on experiences and applying theoretical knowledge to experimental learning. I think these courses are a great opportunity for you students to gain knowledge and develop skills, and will help you to make transition in your future fieldwork.
Okay, so the next question is, what do students do after their degree? So Geography and Environmental Studies is well positioned to train students and help students learn that sets themselves up for success in a number of different careers, irrespective of whether or not they enter a career focused on environmental studies or geography or what have you. But a lot of our graduates tend to go on to work for multiple levels of government. So at the federal level, we've had graduates go on to work for Environment and Climate Change Canada, at Parks Canada, and Natural Resource Canada. At other level of governments, we've had students go on and work for planning departments within regional levels of government. So they get involved in municipal planning and urban planning related issues. Okay, beyond that, lots of opportunities exist within environmental non-government organizations. Lots of our graduates go on to work in private consulting and even have very successful and rewarding careers beyond the environmental field in, for example, going on and becoming teachers or getting involved in other aspects in the business sector. Okay, so the advantage of our program, again, is kind of like the diversity and the broad education that you would receive if you came here, and the skills that are developed through this broad education that you'll get, and really sets you up for success down the road when you're done your studies here. So Martin, what are some of the favorite classes that you have taken through your studies here at Laurier?
Yeah, so the beauty about the Laurier Environmental Studies and Geography program is that there are so many different courses that can tailor to your interests. So for someone like me, I was always interested in coastal systems, marine systems, and resource management. So my favorite courses were surrounding that, something like fluvial geomorphology or coastal geomorphology, as well as resource management and parks and protected areas. All of those sort of encompassed my interests, and it was amazing to have those options available to me and to other students, that you could really really focus on the different courses that were of most interest to you. So I know of other people that really enjoyed different hydrology courses, that were very interested in learning about the water system, and different different opportunities exist that can really impact how you learn, and you can use that toward your future career, or if you want to go into further graduate studies. So the options are amazing for courses, and I'm very grateful that I was able to actually enjoy the courses that spoke out to me.
Okay, Catherine, you're up next. Okay, what are some of the favorite classes that you took during your studies here in 1988?
Thanks for that. Favorite courses, definitely some of my third and fourth year courses. Similar to Martin, having the opportunity to have all of the different options available and stuff really allowed me to tailor it to my interests in parks and protected areas and resource management. So that was definitely a favorite, but also things like field studies, and up in fourth year, some of the seminar courses we had in urban geography and things like that. There was a lot of experiential opportunities and able to get out actually into the community and put some of our skills to use and make those connections. And having the smaller class sizes at that level really allowed us to connect with each other, get to know the people in our program, and also get to know the professors and build those relationships and learn from them in that way. And I think that was really, probably what I took away the most from my university experience, is actually being able to build that. And I mean, it's also available in the first and second year courses for sure, but they're a little bit bigger. And then as you start to specialize a bit more, that was a really good opportunity. So I think those are my favorite for sure.
I'm really happy that you said the field courses. I forgot to mention those, but those were definitely way on top there. Oh my God. If I could do those all over again, I would in a heartbeat. They were the best times ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
So thanks, Catherine. So I mean, for that question 5, I think what we might do is, what are some of the favorite classes students take in your program?
Students also, every time when you ask the students, I'm pretty new in Laurier, but when I asked the students, most of them actually talked about field studies that Martin and Catherine talks about, and Chris, I'm sure that you will be able to add on that. I'll pick up another courses that they really like cartography. So they really like this class because it's about mapping. And usually what they comment is that the power of the maps and what each one can tell you. That's one of the courses that they really liked. Hydrology, I think Martin actually mentioned that it's another favorite class that students can integrate in-class learning in the fieldwork. So they can collect data, environmental data by themselves, and they can come back to the lab and post fieldwork, which gives them a chance to use analysis and methodology calculations in our own data, collected data. I think that gives them a really good understanding of environments and data and how we can get information of the data that we collect in the field. Students, some of them, not most of them, but lots of them like spatial analysis, geographical information system, remote sensing. And these courses give them opportunity to learn about ArcGIS, Geomatica, R programming. So these are good resources that students can learn about the remote sensing and ArcGIS. I think one of the other courses that most of the students like is seminar courses that we are providing the 3rd or 4th year. For example, seminar in code region that I teach. I mean, there are lots of other great seminars, but I mentioned the one that, of course, that I teach. So what students enjoy about this seminar course is that it gives them opportunity to build on, write scientifically, for example, or practice and present research. So these kind of applications, this kind of experiences that they will have is very beneficial for them when they are applying for the future graduate studies, for example, or any real world experiences that they might have. That's all. Chris, what are some of the favorite classes students take in our program?
Popular course in our program is ES 110, Environment, Sustainability, and Society, which is taught by Dr. Robert McClellan, and where he goes through a number of different environmental studies related issues, which is really designed to capture your interest in the environment and in geography more broadly. And then you kind of use that as a platform for advancing through some of the senior level courses. So beyond ES 110, I would say our most popular courses are those that are kind of designed around experiential learning. And specifically, we have a 3rd year field camp course that's mandatory that all undergraduate students, irrespective of your major within environmental studies and geography, you have to take. And this one involves a 3 to 4 day field trip. In recent years, we've gone out to Sunridge, Ontario, near Algonquin Park. And in past years, we've gone to Pinery Provincial Park. And basically what happens in this course is that students formulate groups. They work on a project together based on their interests in either physical geography, human geography, or environmental studies. And they really tackle an important environmental issue within a more regional context. And not only is it a valuable learning opportunity for students, it's very important for community building within our program. This is really an opportunity for students to come together and meet and interact. and work on some contemporary, again, environmental problems. And it's also an opportunity for students to really interact closely with faculty within the department. So kind of some special bonding takes place between students and even between students and faculty. And another field course that's very popular that you can take as an option in fourth year is our fourth year field camp. And in past years, lots of great locations that we've been to, including Costa Rica, Morocco, Peru, and just last year, I was fortunate to go on a trip with nearly 25 undergraduate students to the Canadian Rockies, where we visited a number of different national parks within the Canadian Rocky Mountain, I guess, ecosystem, if you want to call it that. And same sort of scenario there, where students kind of work in groups of 3 or 4, and they address some key environmental issues going on within that region. And again, it's a very significant learning opportunity, but it's also very meaningful from a student experience perspective. And when we get feedback on both these field courses, it's without a doubt probably the most notable experience that undergraduate students have during their 4 years here, or 5 years, or 3 years, depending on the program that you're in. And you know, the relationships that develop on these field camps really result in longstanding friendships between students, and even between students and faculty. So I will, our program last year, and went on both fourth year field camp to the Canadian Rockies, and also did third year field camp up in Sunridge, Ontario area. So I guess, Martin, the question for you is, what was the significance of these, the third and fourth year field camps to your overall experience here at Laurier?
Yeah, so both of these field courses are definitely the ones that I remember the most out of my entire experience. Every time I think back to them, it's nothing but good memories. Incredible time spending that quality research time with professors and other students, as well as on the off times when we're not doing research. You really build a lot of close personal connections with each other, and these are things that you will never forget. It's unbelievable how much fun these courses are and how much you learn about the different subjects that you're interested in. So I know in our field courses, a lot of people would tailor projects toward their own interests. So my project focused on hydrology and the movement of water in river systems in the Rockies, like Dr. Lemieux mentioned. That's what we focused on, but other people also focused on the social aspect of how do people recognize signage in parks. And I think Dr. Lemieux could correct me with this on the other projects that went on with that more social aspect. But it was amazing to see how other groups could create their own projects and actually live them out and collect data for that. And that builds on so many personal skills and academic skills that you can bring on to your future work or your graduate studies. It's both of these courses really teach you that. And like it was mentioned, you know, the connections that you build are incredible. And it's something you'll never forget. So definitely nothing but good memories from both of the field courses.
You give students thinking about coming to Laurier's Geography and Environmental Studies program?
Advice for new students, I would say, you know, there are a lot of different opportunities available in first year, and especially within our program. ES 110, GG 102, which is the human geography, and GG 101, which is our physical geography. And it's a really good opportunity to actually try out different things and see what you like, but also see how it relates to the different things that you're interested in, different disciplines. So, you know, human geography especially, we have a lot of stuff come in from economics, sociology, psychology. So it's a good opportunity to learn a bit more about what you're interested in, you know, get to know different professors, get to know different students in different programs, and really just take that opportunity to experience everything. You know, I think geography is very, very versatile, as we've already mentioned, and it's a really good way to kind of marry different interests you have. So just keep an open mind to it.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Programs are available to students if they enroll in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies.
Students can enroll in the program and study Bachelor of Arts in both Geography and Environmental Studies. They also can have a Bachelor of Science in Geography and Geomatics. But if it's still not enough for them, they can also combine Bachelor of Arts in Geography with other honors Bachelor of Arts program, for example, archaeology. So they can combine them together and study 2 different fields. Martin, you have a Bachelor of Arts from our department. Can you tell us where the Bachelor of Arts take you in your life?
Yes. So as an undergrad student, I always worried about just having a Bachelor of Arts and what options I could have in the future. And I think that was something that I always stressed about, but now I realize that a Bachelor of Arts can open up so many different doors for you in terms of graduate studies or in the work environment. Currently, I'm doing my Master's of Marine Management at Dalhousie, and I really enjoy this program, and the Bachelor of Arts really gave me that opportunity to enter a program that is interdisciplinary, that I can branch off into the different social aspects of management, as well as the physical side where you're dealing with ocean related geography. So even having that Bachelor of Arts, that doesn't close doors for you in the future. It potentially opens more doors because you're more versatile. So I think that students coming in should not feel put down because they're getting a Bachelor of Arts. I feel that they should feel encouraged to seek out different opportunities, whether it's in more graduate studies if you want to continue with academia, or if it's even in your work environment. You'll come in with a broad scope and so much, versatile knowledge for the future.